In a world that rewards laziness, incompetence and selfishness, one element can save us from total collapse. Here's what I mean. We live in a world that tolerates less than average, in a world that views merits that are mediocre at best as high achievements, in a time when we are told to believe that we are sufficient as we are, in an era when the 4-hour workweek is promoted as the only way of living, in a period when burnouts seem to be the norm even though the levels of stress that our generation faces are insignificant compared to our predecessors, performance and the quality of services and goods in almost every domain and industry seem to be in a free fall towards nothingness. The effect of this phenomenon can be felt at every level of our society, and if you are honest enough to just look around, friend, you will see how things start breaking apart. You buy shoes that break within weeks. You call plumbers to fix your sink only to get postponed appointments for months. You work in companies diligently while seeing around you people getting promoted based on nothing related to performance, merit or competence. The plain of the matter is, our society will end up on the verge of collapse if we continue to view performance as something we should not aim for. And if you were told to never aim for excellence, to not strive for mastery, and to not give your best because life was made for living, you might want to hear what I'm about to say. Keep in mind, friend, that everyone performs in one way or another. Engineers perform in labs and factories all over the world. Teachers engage in a performance in the classrooms, while lawyers do so in the courtrooms. Never forget that it is human performance towards objectives that helps individuals and society achieve goals and prosper, and we need to acknowledge that performance within individuals and at a societal level is highly dependent on the leaders that drive them. If we wish to still have a flourishing society, if we look at performance within the context of integrity-centered leadership, we all need to focus on leaders who can perform in ways that exceed expectations. A man who leads must exceed the expectations of his followers in order to inspire their performance. Such a man needs courage to stay the course, to do the right thing, and to maintain the balance when faced with pressures of questionable opportunities, politics, or short-term gains. This is what performance under the wings of integrity means, friend, and this is the only way for you as a man to give birth to courage in your heart and to pursue mastery and excellence. In a society that is comfortable holding in high regard mediocrity, in a world that has esteem for people unable to perform their duties at all, people reaping rewards through their victimhood cards, we are in dire need of world-class performers. In order to have any hope for a positive future, it is absolutely necessary that we all, you and me, start thinking in different terms about all of the problems of doing a job, engaging and running a business, building a family, and putting an effort into our world. We need a switch in mentality, and we urgently need to think about who the people in front of us are and how to serve them, instead of only thinking about us and our own personal benefits. We no longer afford tolerance for people who are dependent on the performance of a few who strongly believe they are entitled to high wages and generous benefits for simply being present, for people who lack the drive to serve the ones compensating them for their work or lack thereof. Whether you know someone like this or whether you fall into such a category matters less at this point. What is important is what are you going to do about it. Accept the situation of our society as it is, but I dare you, friend, to not allow it to pull you down a similar path of complacency, inaction, and eventually dependency. Embrace the energy, commitment, and creativity of your individuality and create a vision of service to others that captivates your imagination. Your inclinations, your skills, and the calling of your heart will play a big role in defining where your energy should go. Create your blueprint, split it into attainable goals, and let the reinforcement provided by your progress push you to higher and better levels of performance. Whether you decide to pour your heart and soul into being an athlete, doctor, engineer, school teacher, or carpenter, have the courage to chase mastery and excellence in your field. Be bold enough to stay the course when the path gets rough and keep pushing towards exceeding expectations. If you are a leader in an organization, set the performance standards by proving through your results how excellence is accomplished, and never be cheap with the appraisal of performance against high standards when it comes to your co-workers. Give honest feedback, friend, and reward the ones who own their duties and responsibilities, the ones who are proud to put in their best effort every time, the ones who understand that behind their performance at work, in the stadium or at home, their name builds credibility and trust, while their reputation carries a weight that has the power to lift other people out of their mediocrity. Understand that responsible execution of duties at the highest possible level is required both in your personal and professional life. Do not be the man who falls prey to the arrogance and intellectual intolerance that is applauded so often today, and embrace performance accountability. Let this change in mentality and action start with you and observe its positive effect on everyone around you. If we are to rebuild our Western world for the better, we all need to perform at our highest abilities and against the highest standards in every aspect of our lives. Will you become the man who has the power and capacity to perform and serve the ones around you as best as you can, or will you gladly jump on the victimhood train, complaining pathetically in a world built by others, while viciously consuming its resources without any contribution? Your choice will impact everyone around you.